Okay, so whichever position we've opted for, the main thing is that we have a nice long spine. So whether that's lying down with your knees bent or sitting tall in a chair, all is good. And we're just going to bring our right hand, rest it over the centre of our chest, and our left hand rest it over our upper belly, what we know as our solar plexus. And just let ourselves come into stillness. Close our eyes. And take a few deeper breaths in and out. Breathing in through the nose and sighing gently out through your mouth. And then just breathing in and breathing out through the nose. As you feel the breath move into both hands, so we feel that we're expanding the belly and then the chest, and the breath in, and relaxing the chest and then the belly on the breath out. So working to open up the lungs, slowing the breath down, just without force, but creating a kind of calmness through the breath. That will translate to the mind and ease the mind as well. Nice practice to build our resilience against stress and anxiety. I'd like just to share some words with you from Harold Melchart. Live your life each day as you would climb a mountain. An occasional glance towards the summit keeps the goal in mind, but many beautiful scenes are to be observed from each new vantage point. Climb slowly, steadily, enjoying each passing moment, and the view from the summit will serve as a fitting climax for the journey. And we can relate that to our yoga practice by resolving to stay present in the moments as we practice. Let's just gently release the hands just by your side. Make little fists with the hands and begin to draw the wrists around in circles. And if you can, slow the movement down a little bit. Just encouraging yourself to let go of any sense of needing to be busy. And then change the direction of those circles. Slowing down. And now I'd like you to turn your right hand clockwise as you turn your left wrist anti-clockwise. Keeping your awareness here. And then reverse that, so your right hand is now anti-clockwise, your left hand is moving in a clockwise direction. And then just stretching out your fingertips. And taking a breath in, reach your arms forward. So the arms will just come straight forward if we're seated. They're going to look up at the sky if we're lying on our back. Our palms are looking at one another. And as we inhale, stretch our arms out. So if you're on the floor, try and touch the backs of your hands to the ground. If you're seated, see if we can take the arms just slightly further back. And then as we breathe out, bring the palms to touch again. So you're following your own breath, nice openness on the breath in, stretching out your ribs, and palms come back together on the out breath. If we're seated, we can gently raise the chin as we inhale, and we can drop the chin as we exhale. Don't worry about moving the head if you're on the floor. Just enjoy that upper body movement, being aware of the sensations involved. Next time the palms are together, I'd like us to link our fingers and bend the elbows so the palms come back to rest on our chest. Then turn the palms off the body and push away. And as you breathe out, turn the palms back to the body. As you bend the elbows, as you breathe in, push the palms away and straighten the elbows. We're not forcing this, we're just assessing how our shoulders are responding. I'm going to change this now, so we're going to push the hands away and then keeping the palms looking away, we're just going to take the arms back over your head. So we should, wherever we're resting, feel a nice stretch down the sides of the body and push the arms forward and bend the elbows and bring the palms back to your heart. Let's take that again, just go at your own pace, push forward, reach up, enjoy the stretch, push forward and bend the elbows, palms back. Let's do 2 more, and again if you're seated we can lift the chin as we take the arms up, kind of following, and come back to neutral as we sweep the arms forward and tuck the chin in as we bring the hands to the hearts. 1 more. And this time when your hands are on your heart, let's just take a pause there. Looking around your body for any degree of tension that you might have crept into the posture, so let it go. Bring your focus back to your breath. And we're going to build on that a little bit. So we're going to push the palms away forward. Sweep the arms up over our head. Turn the palms down to look at your crown. And then bend your elbows and rest your hands over your head. Turn your palms up, reach the arms high above the head. Stretch them forward. Palms to the hearts. Tucking the chin in if we can, if we're seated. Let's do that twice more. So don't rush. When you come back, hands to the heart, we'll pause. Settling in once again, recognising how we're feeling. Let's just rest the arms beside us. And you might just feel the need just to give them out a little bit of a shake. So just adjusting your position now to be sure that you're seated or lying in a tall position, long position through the spine. If you're on the ground and you're able, we might straighten the legs out, but just work with what's right for you. We're going to breathe in, nice and tall, and as we breathe out, simply slide your right arm down the outside of your right leg. So if you're on the floor, you might find you just need to shift your shoulders a little. And then as we breathe in, we come gently back to the centre. We're going to stay with the same side, just easing down. Keep drawing your navel back towards your spine to support your back when we come back up. We want to feel here a squeeze through the right waist and a space through the left waist. So the next time we take it over to the right, we're going to stay there. If you're lying down, you might be able to shuffle your feet around towards the right. If we're on a chair, you can take the legs out in front and just cross your left ankle on top of the right to intensify the stretch down the left side. Notice where your head wants to go, let it do that. So some of us might be looking left, some might be looking forward, some might feel more comfortable gazing right. And if we start to feel okay with it, we could add a stretch through that left arm to deepen that space we're making the left waist, left ribs. And you want to come out, use your exhale, complete the out breath, draw your navel back and slowly ease back up or back to centre, whichever is your current position. If we're on the chair, let's bend the knees again. And if you're on the floor, just check that your spine is happy with what position you've taken your legs to. And maybe we can feel a difference between the left and the right sides of the body. So let's take the left side down now. So reaching, so we feel a squeeze through the left waist and a space through the right waist. Tummy is strong as we come back. So this is helping to massage our inner organs. I think some of you know I'm doing quite a lot of work, study at the moment on the liver. The liver can get really compressed, and the liver is all about cleansing. It's a detoxifying organ. It can get very clogged up if we're very static. So these side to side movements kind of squeeze and release more than the liver, but very, very beneficial for liver health. Next time we take that left arm down, we can maybe stay there. I want you to shuffle your shoulders across if you're on your back. Don't be in a hurry to move the legs, be aware of how you are. And then you might take the legs towards your left. If we're seated, we take the left leg in front and cross the right ankle on top. So we call this banana shape. So imagine that, stretching out like a banana to the right, squeeze into the left. And we could maybe lift the right arm. Just find a stretch that suits you. As you take your next breath out, tighten the belly. Keep that gentle tightness there as we slowly come back to the centre. Let's all bend the knees so our feet are resting on the ground. We have a moment to connect to the way we feel. So knees are bent, feet are on the floor. Waiting for your next breath in, sweeping the arms up back over your head again. And we feel that lovely stretch. So we're not holding these poses. It does have an effect on your blood pressure as well as your back, so just be sure you feel comfortable. We're going to bring our hands and rest them under our right knee crease. And as we do that, make sure our shoulders remain completely relaxed. Let's wriggle your jaw a little bit side to side. Feel that you're releasing that tension that can easily be held there in the jaw, face, neck and shoulders. And we're going to start to take that right ankle round in circles. So remember, try not to rush it. Just like climbing the mountain, we're noticing the vista at each stage. So what we're doing on each rotation, noticing what we feel is happening. Stretching, tightness, sounds, temperature. Staying in the moment as we change the direction of those circles. And then just let your foot relax. I'm going to warm up through the knee. Excuse me. So as we breathe in, I'm going to straighten the right leg out. And as we breathe out, bring the right knee in nice and close. So trying, if you can, to squeeze your thigh to your belly, not forcing. So stretching out. Pressing the heel away will deepen the stretch. Exhaling, bringing it in. Feel that you're breathing the whole length of that right leg. And taking your time to squeeze the breath out of your body, making space for that next new breath in. So if you have any neck issues, we won't involve the neck. But if it feels okay, so we breathe out, we might take the shoulders up and take the nose towards that right knee. And then as we straighten the leg, we lower the shoulders and the head back to the floor or come back neutral for those that are seated. When we take that right leg out this last time, we're going to hold it there. So we're working on flexibility, but also some stamina there. Particularly useful while we're lying on the back, it helps to drain any congestion. And we're going to point the toes forward on each breath in, so we're going to stretch down the shin, top of the ankle, and then press the heel away as we exhale. So we feel that stretching out the calves. Nice and slow to get the full effects. Just push away that heel, see if we can get a little bit more stretch before we draw the knee in, see if we can get a little bit closer to the body. And rest on the floor, both feet. Knees are bent, head is resting, and we might just roll the head from side to side. Come back to the centre. Just pause as we recognise how we're feeling. Sweep both arms up on your next breath in. Maybe we can open ourselves up even more this time, creating space for all the digestive organs to expand. And then slowly bend the left knee, bring the hands behind, crook of the knee. Again, relax the shoulders, drop the elbows. And this time, really open your mouth wide and stretch, almost like you're going to yawn. Really stretch those jaw muscles. And then just relax. Let the face really become soft. We're taking that left ankle in those luxuriously slow movements. It really helps with keeping the blood flowing. So get cold feet this time of the year, this can really be useful. But also if we're kind of stiff in general, especially when we are shuffling along, the paths are a bit icy, we hold ourselves stiffly, that interferes with the connective tissue. So feel that you're really warming up that tissue, rehydrating it. Let's take them round in the other direction, the left ankle. And then let's just rest there. So notice the changes. And taking a breath in, straighten your left leg out. Taking the breath out, bending the knee, guiding your thigh to your tummy. And try and keep your out breath slightly longer than your in breath. Send some love to your hip and knee as we warm them up. And next time we take that left leg out, let's just hold it here. Don't have to completely straighten it, make sure it's comfortable. Relax the shoulders. Breathing in, point your foot forward. Breathing out, draw your foot back. What do you notice? And next time you push the heel away, just hold that position. Breathe the whole length of that left leg. And as we breathe out, bring it in nice and close. So you could take nose to knee if that's suitable for you. And then both feet on the floor, both knees bent as we come to rest. So now if you're lying on the floor, you might like to come round onto hands and knees. If that's not appropriate, slowly bring yourself onto your chair. We come into what we know as safe sitting, so heels are below the knees and knees are parallel with the hips. So that might mean we have to bring our feet up onto books to bring the knees in line, or sit on a slightly lower or higher chair. And it's useful to try and sit in this way all the time. So this is a good stool for me. No backrest means I've really got to support myself. And we're bringing the palms to rest over the knees. We take a moment just to observe that sensations, tune into how that feels. And we'll start to draw circles with your hands around your knees, just sending some love to them. And then come to a pause. And without moving too much more, just start to slowly tilt your pelvis forward and back. So not much else is moving, we're just feeling the lower part of the back. Just gently moving. How does that feel? And then see if you can involve the middle part of your back as well. Maybe slowing down a little so we can notice what's going on. And as we draw back, try and draw your navel back as well. So see if you can round out a little bit more and tuck your chin to the chest so we get a really strong stretch. And then rocking from the pelvis, rock the pelvis forward, let the belly come forward, bend the chest, and then just gently lift the chin, nothing too dramatic. And just keep moving between those two different positions. Sending some love to your spine. So now as we come forward, let's take the right arm up with us, and we could turn the head and look up at that right thumb. And exhale, bring the hand back down to your knee as you round down. If you're on all fours, we're simply doing the cat movement, but you might lift your alternate arms as you breathe in and lower your arm as you breathe out. Notice any difference. What do you feel if you are adding the arms? When you've done both on the same equal number of times, we'll slowly bring ourselves all the way up back into our seated pose. So if you've been on your knees, let's ease back onto our chair now. Okay, so we're going to get a little bit more energized, get some movement happening. So I'd just like us to rest our hands on our thighs and lift our right heel, lower it down. Lift our left heel, lower it down. Lift both heels, lower them down. As we do this slow enough, we can feel that stretching into the fascia, the soles of the feet, area that gets really stiff and tight. We'll loosen the ankle, strengthen the thighs, pumping the blood back to the heart. Okay, so we're going to add the upper body. So as we raise the right heel, take the left arm up, bring them down, opposite arm to leg, and then both, and down. So if you find that taking your arm overhead is too much, you can reach forward instead. So we're adapting to suit our needs. It's really, really important for the brain, for the mind, to do things where we're working a little bit differently on each side of the body. Not only helps us to focus, but it keeps what we call neuroplasticity happening. So it can create actual new changes in the brain. This time, I'm going to keep both heels lifted, both arms lifted, and enjoy that spacious stretch through the body. Try and keep relaxing your shoulders away from your ears. Reach a little more as we inhale. Keep your belly lifted as we exhale. Lower the heels, lower the arms, and just come forward to a good place for you. As we breathe in, take the arms back up, raise the heels. Feel a stretch, and then feel the contrasting compression as the thighs press against the belly. That helps us to take that deeper out breath, get rid of waste, squeezing the inner organs as well. So we can take a really good fresh breath in, so that's why we don't want to rush it. And it's also really nice for the lower back, it's a lovely massage, but just make sure you keep a little bit of tightness in the belly to support your lower back. And this time as we come forward, we're going to stay there, so it's not right for everybody. If you can come into a full forward bend, all well and good. But some of us, that's not good for our back or blood pressure, so we rest our forearms on our thighs. So wherever we are, we enjoy that spaciousness in the small of the back. When you complete your next exhale, draw your tummy muscles up so we can use our power to sit up. So if we press the feet to the floor as well, that will also assist us with connecting to our core. So we're going to take the feet wider now. Resting the hands on the knees, and we're lifting the right heel, take it down. With the left heel, take it down. So we're just going to stay with alternate feet this time. Up and down, up and down. So just notice how it feels different just by widening the legs. I'm going to add opposite arm, opposite hand to foot. So stretching and down. As you come down, imagine you're pulling. So imagine you're kind of pulling on a bell rope or something. That means you have to activate the muscles. Okay, so if it feels okay, we can lean over and come back. Reach up, lean over, come back. So you're only working within your limits. Nice and slow, so we have the time to notice what we're feeling. So we're less likely to damage ourselves than if we rushed mindlessly into a posture. Come all the way back to the centre. Rest your heels on the floor and just be aware of how it feels. Sweeping our arms up, feel that we're creating space between the vertebrae of the backbone, and then bend your elbows. I call this cactus arms. So your elbows are kind of parallel to the earth, palms are looking forward. Relaxing the neck and shoulders. Nice breath in, breathe out, twist one direction. Breathe in, twist to the centre. Breathe out to the opposite direction. Noticing how you are, so we're not forcing anything. And now as we twist, as you twist left, look right with your head and bring everything to the centre. As you twist right, look left with your head. Bring everything to centre. Notice how that feels. And if you're feeling really into it, you could lift your heel. So you're lifting the heel at the direction you're going, turning your head away. Heel down in the centre. It's all there to keep the mind happening. Right, this is the last one. Slowly drop the arms down. And pause, notice how we feel. So a little bit more work on the lower body. So feet are turned out and then feet are turned in. So the knees come in. Turning out, turning in. So we can add the arms now. We can get a little bit more adventurous. One arm up, one arm down. Just keeping the brain active. It is mine. And we come all the way down, take a pause and notice. We'll bring the feet back together. So if you've got something like an A4 book, we don't want anything too heavy, and this is your yoga block, we're just going to hold something like that. So a beach ball, anything like that would be good. So we're going to try and work with the breath. So take a breath in and out when it happens. Push forward on the breath in, draw back on the breath out. So just getting a little bit of movement into the shoulder blades. They can get really almost stuck to your upper back, but really they need to be quite mobile. So we're going to bring a twist into it now. We'll move through the arm. So push forward, take it to the right, push forward, take it to the left. So as we bend the elbows, we exhale. As we straighten the elbows, we inhale. Oops. I've lost my way now. There we go. So we're going to add to that. So we're going to come up, bend the elbows, bring it to your head. Up, forward, cross to the right. Forward, up, bend the elbows to the head. Up, forward, across to the left. So really helping to work that all the shoulder, but also keep your mind focused. The brain enjoys having a little bit of a challenge. One more to each side. And let's take a rest. Notice how it feels. It feels like quite a nice warm glow for me. Just be aware of how it feels for you. Okay, so before we come into our relaxation, we're just going to kind of rev ourselves up a little bit, get a little bit of cardiovascular action happening and a little bit of fun for the brain. So feet are just a hip distance apart, hands are resting on each lap, and we're bringing the right knee up, take it down, left knee up, take it down. If you find you start to get tired and your back starts to get involved, so we've lost our core strength, then you'd be more beneficial to revert back to lifting and lowering the heels. So be really truthful with yourself. We lift and lower, lift and lower. With your hands resting as they are, you can feel that really activate your thigh muscles. Remember, I've said many times, these are what I call the muscles of independence. If we get weak in the thighs, we get weak in the knees because the knee doesn't have its own muscles. Then we start struggling to get in and out of the chair, get up the stairs, and it's all downhill from there. So keep it going. Okay, so we're going to tap now the opposite knee. We're going to clip the fingers of the other hand. We're tapping and clicking. And let's make a little twist as well. So looking up at the clicking hand. Let's come back just to that tapping, opposite leg. Let's tap, tap. Let's click, 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 click. Come back to the centre. Just pause. And hopefully the heart rate is up a little bit more. Breath a little bit deeper. Let's be sure that we're breathing in and out through the nose. And just enjoying that lovely movement coming through the body. Okay, so a little bit more for the brain. Bring the hands in front of the chest. We're going to clap. Tap your right shoulder. Clap. Left shoulder. Get faster. Get a little bit of movement maybe. Slow it back down. Changing it, clap, tap the opposite knee, tap the other knee. So alternate, left hand to right knee, right hand to left knee. Get a bit faster. Faster. Slow it down. Okay, clap, right shoulder, clap, left shoulder, clap, right knee, clap, left knee, clap, right shoulder, right knee, left knee. Get faster. Bit faster. And your teacher's messed up. Take a rest. Just notice how you are with that. Let you sort of smile, enjoy that your mind and body work so well together. So we're going to finish with a little bit of strengthening. So our feet are just coming forward about hip distance apart. So be sure that your knees are not knocking together and that you're not turning your knees or your feet out. So everything is coming forward. You're going to cross the hands over your shoulders. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, draw your navel back as we ease forward. As you ease forward, feel that you're putting more pressure through all four corners of your feet. And we breathe in, but we keep that lift on the tummy. We breathe out, lift, and we're just going to hover our bottom over the chair. And then we're going to lower our bottom back down to the chair. So stay with that nice breath in. Keep the tummy engaged, press into the feet. Lift, lower, sit up. So we're also training the brain to know where we are in space, to find that chair without looking and without the hands. So you can challenge yourself a little bit more by closing your eyes. And this next time we come up, we're just going to hover there. Keep breathing well, don't let your knees come together. Relax the shoulders. Push into the feet and breathe in, come up nice and tall. Take a breath in. Breathe out, bending the knees, pushing into the feet, hover over your seat. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale ever so slowly, come back to your chair. Relax the arms. So notice, hopefully again, heart beating quite quickly. And we're just going to give the legs a really nice massage. Gratitude for what they enable us to do. Wonderful. We ease ourselves up nice and tall. It's really, really important to work the spine in all directions. And in daily life, we tend to mainly bring the spine forward. So we're going to think about a nice twist now. So if you have any issues with knees or hips, you might prefer to keep your feet on the floor. If you've had a hip replacement and been told not to cross your legs, then obviously honour that. But if we can, we'll bring the right leg up as high over the left thigh as we can. So there's the two thighs are squeezing together. I'm going to sweep our right arm forward and follow it round as we bring it back to the chair if you've got a support, or you can bring your hand back behind your back. We're turning to the right. As we breathe in, just let go of the twist, say maybe 75%. And then exhale, go back into the twist. We'll keep going with that, making sure we keep the spine nice and tall. And when we come round this final time, we'll stay here for 5 comfortable breaths. When you finish that last breath, make sure you keep your tummy engaged before we rotate round to the front. And then just turn to your left for just one breath in and out. Back to the centre. Keep the legs crossed if that feels okay. We're sweeping the arms just back behind and just easing forward into a forward bend. So we call this the flying eagle. And then slowly sitting up really tall, taking the arms up. And exhaling, bringing that right knee in towards your body. So we feel like we're realigning the spine after the twist. And take that right foot down. Pause and notice if there's a difference on each side of the body. And take that left leg over if we can. So remember, you might not do the same thing on each side of the body. The most important thing with any twisting is that we don't collapse into that lower spine, compress those discs. So sit up tall, imagining as you breathe that there's little jelly discs in between each bone are gradually expanding. You're breathing a little bit more life into them. We're sweeping the left arm forward and bringing it back. So you might rest it on your chair or rest it behind your back. But aim not to lean back on it and bring the shoulder up. So we're keeping that length in the body and we're turning left. Try not just to turn your head, but feel like you're rotating all your spine. Then as you breathe in, let go, about 75% again. And exhale, twist. Inhale, let it go. Again, we feel that inner massage happening. Space across the chest. And next time you're looking left, let's pause here for 5 deep, steady breaths. As you complete that exhale, draw your navel back. Keep the length in the spine as you slowly come centre. And exhale round to the right. Inhale back to centre. Pause as you let go of the twist. Twists are really good detoxes, so sometimes we kind of feel a whoosh of everything moving outwards, really cleansing. We'll come tall as a breath in, sweeping the arms backwards as we lean forward. Flying eagle. Sweeping upwards. Bringing that left knee in. And landing back on the ground. Just close your eyes for a moment, just take yourself inwards. Be aware of all the sensations that you're noticing. And then I'd like you to make yourself really comfortable, whether that's in an armchair or another seat, or lying on your back, or maybe supported with your back against a wall. So I'm going to guide us through a short relaxation. But I always feel that we need to spend a good minimum of 10 minutes in a relaxation. So I'm not going to guide you back. I'm going to encourage you to stay as long as you have the time for, especially as it is an evening practice. So I'd like you to do anything that is necessary for your comfort. And give yourself permission to take time out. It's really important that we don't rush our relaxation. We don't avoid it, but we make sure that we get it. See it as a gift to yourself. Just allowing the body to sink into whatever position you're in. You're supported. It's almost like you're lying on beautifully warmed sand that's packing itself around your shape. to offer you complete support. Just noticing the breath just happening all by itself. Giving yourself permission to enjoy every moment, all the beautiful scenes on your life journey.